Disadvantage of board account. Number 1, can be influenced by tactical voting. Number 2, does not necessarily satisfied by majority criterion. Number 3, sensitive to the addition or removal of candidates, which can affect outcome significantly. Candidate A got 5 total points. Candidate B got 6 total points. And last one, candidate C got 4 total points. So the last step is determine the winner. And the winner is B, because B has the highest total points. Advantages of board account. Number 1, encourage consensus by rewarding board appeal. Number 2, reflect preferences of majority more accurately than simple majority voting. Number 3, avoid issues like vote splitting that can occur in system like first past at post. How board account works. Number 1, assign points to ranking. Each rank is assigned a specific number of points. For n candidates, the top rank candidate gets n minus 1 points. The second rank gets 1 minus 2 points, and so on, with the last rank candidate receiving 0 points. Number 2, collect votes and calculate points. Each voter's ranking contribution points to the candidates based on their position. Number 3, sum the points. Add up the points for each candidate lost all voters. Number 4, declare the winner. The candidate with the highest total points win. For example, suppose we have 3 candidates. A and B and C, and 5 votes, 5 voters with the following rankings. So, voter 1, first choice A, second choice B, third choice C. Voter 2, first choice B, second choice A, third choice C. Voter 3, first choice C, second choice B, third choice A. Voter 4, first choice A, second choice C, third choice B. And the last one, voter 5, first choice B, second choice C, third choice and A. We only need 3 steps to determine the winners. Step 1. Assign points. For candidates. First choice, 2 points. Second choice, 1 point. And the third choice, 0 points. Step 2. Calculate points for each candidate. We add points for each candidate based on the ranking. So here's the table. We add points for each candidate based on the rankings. The board account is often used in election, sports ranking, and decision making, where consensus is prioritized over simply majority rule.
So, sa plurality of method, para makuha natin to is para malaman natin, i-explain ko sa inyo para malaman natin kung sinong magiging winner between the three sports, which is basketball, volleyball, and tennis. So, makita natin dito sa row, we have ito, basketball, volleyball, tennis, BVT. So, ito sa B meron, sa first choice is 18 plus 10, which is 28. Then sa volleyball naman, sa first choice is 4 plus 14, which is 18. Then, sa tennis naman, we have 17. Then, 12, we have 29. So, sa first choice lang tayo magre-rely, hindi tayo magre-rely dito sa second choice and third choice. Hayaan natin sila. Then, hahanapin natin yung pinakamataas, then i-divide natin dito sa total of majority, which is 75. 29 divided by 75, then times 100% to get the percentage. Then the tennis is the favorite sport with the majority of 38.6%. So, ang total answer is 38.6%. Ayan yung total majority, 38.6%. Thank you. So, ang goal naman natin dito sa plurality with elimination ay to get the plurality and the majority. Then, how can we get the plurality? So, mamaya, to get the majority naman, we have a formula, approximated majority, approximated to a total majority all over 2. Then, para makuha ang total majority, i-add lang natin to, which is 75, ang total. Then, ang total majority naman ay makuha naman natin total majority of approximated using the formula of total majority all over 2, which is ito. 75 divide 2 is equal to 37.5. Then, i-ano natin siya, i-round to nearest ones, then naging 38. So, hahanapin naman natin ang number of votes ni basketball, volleyball, and tennis. So, hanapin siya sa first choice, which is ito. Then, hanapin naman natin yung sino yung pinakamababa, which is yung volleyball, kasi 18 lang siya. Then, eliminate natin lahat ng volleyball dito sa row na to. Which is, ayan na-eliminate ko na. Then, yung number of votes naman ng volleyball sa first choice is mapupunta dito sa tennis. Ito. Then, yung 40 naman mapupunta sa basketball. So, ilalagay natin sila dito. Which is yung 4 is for tennis. Then, yung 14 is for basketball. So, add to. So, 12, 3 plus 1 is 4. Then 29 plus 4 is 33. So, yung merong pinakamataas is yung basketball, which is kasi 42 siya. So, basketball is the favorite food with a total of 42 votes. Yan. So, ang final answer natin is 42 votes. Yan.
Hi guys, in this selection, let's find the winner using Copeland methods, or also known as pairwise comparison. This method actually is what called a concordant method. So let's make the way it works is we're going to make a pairwise comparison between the option. So here I have the sketch of these three different comparison, which is A versus O, and A versus H, and O versus H. So when we compare A to O, we're gonna say this one voter here, do they prepare A or O? So A, O. And it doesn't matter that this is not their first choice, but we can still tell that from the preference schedule, these three people prefer A over O. So in this Copeland method, we assign point. Each time we assign points. So you earn 1 point every time you win a comparison. So A win a comparison here in A versus O. So A has 1 point. And let's continue the comparison method. So A versus O, H is A, H. So 1, 4, and 3 plus 3. So A has 4 votes and H has 4, 6. So let's continue. By the way, H won, so we earn earn 1 point. And then let's make the third comparison is O and H. So O have 4 votes and H have 6 votes. So H won the comparison and he earned 1 point again. So 1 plus 1 is equal to, and letter O is never won a comparison. So in Copeland methods or pairwise comparison, so H won using Copeland method.
Jefferson method. Council has 7 seats to distribute among 4 regions based on their populations. The X is we have 500,000 population, the Y is 300,000 population, the Z is 200,000 population, and thus the W 100,000. So total of 1,100,000. So how to solve it? Step 1. Calculate the standard deviation D. Total population over total seats 2 equal to 1,100,000 over 700 over 7 equal to 157,143. Step 2. Calculate initial quotas. Divide each region's population by advisor D. Region X 500,000 to 157,143, 3.18 round. Region Z, 200,000, 1.27 round down to 100,157,143. Total seats assigned so far 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0.05.2 seats remain to be assigned. Step 3. Adjust the divisor. Since not all seats are assigned, reduce the divisor slightly to increase the quotas. Let's lower it to D. 150,000. Let's recalculate the quotas. Region X, 500,000 divided by 150,000 equals to 3.33, still round to 3. Region Z, 200,000 divided by 150,000 equal to 1.33, still round up to 1. So total seats assigned so far is 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 equals 6.1 seat. Remains unassigned. Step 4. Adjust the divisor again. Lower the divisor further to D. 140,000 and recalculate. Region X, 500,000 divided by 140,000 equals to 3.57, still rounds up 3. Region Z, 200,000 divided by 140,000 equals to 1.43, still rounds to 1. Now, the result is region X has the largest fractional part, 1.43, so it gets the last remaining seat. Final apportionment is region X have 3, region Y have 2, region Z have 2, plus the region YW is have 0, so the total of 7.
Adams method in apportionment. We will allocate 10 seats among 3 states. Using the Adams method, the population of the states are as follows. States A is equal to 50,000. States B is equals to 30,000. State C is equals to 20,000. So the total population is 100,000. And there are 10 seats to allocate. So step by steps computation. Step 1, we need to calculate the standard divisor, which is SD. So the standard divisor is population per seats. SD is equal to total population over total seats. So equals to 100,000 over 10 is equals to 10,000. So the steps 2, we need to calculate initial quotas. For each state, calculate its quotas using the formula quota state's population over 2 standard divisor. States A, we have a quota of 50,000 over 10,000 equals to 5.0. The states B, the total quota is 30,000 divided by 10,000 is equals to 3.0. the state C, the total quota is 20,000 divided by 10,000 is equals to 2.0. So, to step number 3, we need to check total seats and adjust the divisor. Using the standard divisor, which is 10,000, the total quotas are 5.0 plus 3.0 plus 2.0 is equals to 10. So, since the total quotas match the number of seats, we did not adjust the divisor is needed. If the sum was not equal to 10, we would modify the divisor and to ensure the total rounded of quotas to equal 10. So, step 4, we need to assign seats using Adams rounding rule. In the Adams method, all quotas are rounded up to the next whole number. States A, 5 seats. States B, 3 seats. State C, 2 seats. So, the step 5, to verify the total seats. The total number of seats assigned is 5 plus 3 plus 2 is equal to 10 seats. This match the total number of seats available. So, the final seat distribution is state A equal to 5, state B, Hamilton's method step by step. Let's assume there are 15 seats to allocate among 4 states based on their population. So, the states, we have C, A, S, and N. The population of C is 8,000. The population of A is 6,500. The population of S is 4,500. And the population of N is 1,000. So, the total of 20,000. Step 1, we need to calculate the standard divisor. The total population divided by the total number of seats. B equal to total population divided by total seats equals to 20,000 na galing sa ating population, yung total ng population, over 15. Because we have a 15 seats. So, equal to 1,333.33. Step 2, calculate each state's quotas. Divided each state's population by the divisor. So, the state X, C, is equals to 8,000 divided by 1,300.33. It's equals to 6. So, the states A equal to 4,500 divided by 1,333.33 is equals to 3.375. So, step 3, we need to assign the whole number Step 3. Assign whole number. Assign each state the whole number part of its quota. State C, A, S, and N. The quota of C is 6.0. The quota of A is 4.875. The quota of S is 3.375. The quota of N is 0.75. So the whole seat are 6, 4, 3, and 0. So the total seat assigned so far is 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 0 is equals to 13. So we have 2 remaining seats to assign. Step 4, we need to distribute remaining seats. So distribute the remaining seats to the state with the largest fraction parts of their quotas. The fraction parts are the C, A, S, and N. The fractional part is C, we have a 0.00, A 0.875, S 0.375, and 0.75. So the proceeds goes to states A, because fractional part 0.875. The second seat is N. Fractional part is 0.75. So the final apportionment is equals to C, A, S, N, C, 6, A, 5, S, 3, and 1 is equal to 15. So the Hamilton method ensure each state gets its fair share of seats based on the whole number of their quotas. Remaining seats are allocated fairly by prioritizing the states with the largest fraction parts.
The Webster method is a method of apportionment used to allocate seats in a legislature proportionally based on population. So how it works? First, calculate the standard divisor. This is the total population divided by the total number of seats. Number 2, calculate quotas. Each state's quota is its population divided by the standard divisor. This represents the ideal number of seats for that state. Number 3, initial allocation. Each state initially receives the whole number portion of its quota. Number 4, assign remaining seats. The remaining seats are assigned to the states with the highest fractional parts of their quotas. This is the computation example. Let's say we have 100 seats to allocate among 3 states with the following population. State A, 500,000. State B, 300,000. State C, 200,000. Step 1. Calculate the standard divisor. Total population 500,000 plus 300,000 plus 200,000 equals 1 million. Step 2.
calculate quotas. State A quota, 500,000 divided by 10,000 equals 50. State B quota, 300,000 divided by 10,000 equals 30. State C quota, 200,000 divided by 10,000 equals 20. Step 3. Initial allocation. State A, 50 seats. State B, 30 seats. State C, 20 seats. So, step 4. Assign remaining seats. We have allocated 100 seats. There are no remaining seats to assign. Key features of the Webster method. First one, proportional representation. It aims to allocate seats proportionally to population. The second one, fairness. It attempts to ensure that each state's representation as close as possible to its ideal proportion. The third one, simple computation. The calculations involved are relatively straightforward.
In this video, we provide the solution to question using Huntington-Hill method, in which case we have to apportion 20 seats among these three states, which is A, B, C, using the Huntington-Hill method. Now, Huntington-Hill method is divisor method, so we have to look for modified divisor for the sake of simplicity on this question. A modified divisor is given to you is 12.25. So we are going to divide each the three states population by the modified divisor 12.25, in which case we get the following: 154 divided by 12.25 give us 12.5714, and 66 divided by 12.25 is 5.776, and finally 30 divided by 12.25 give us 2.44898, like so. So now with the Huntington-Hill method, we round the quotas up or down basis upon whether they are larger or smaller than the geometric mean. Now the geometric mean does compare to the arithmetic mean. That is the 0.5 rule does come into effect if your decimal place is 0.5 or bigger than geometric mean, which is always smaller than the arithmetic mean. You have to be bigger than that. So if you're 0.5 or bigger, you are going to round up when it comes to geometric rounding. So you're going to get a 13 right there, because 12.5 rounds up to 13 on the other hand. If your decimal part, if your residue is 0.4 or smaller, that will always guarantee that you round down. So as this one is 5.3, that round down to 2 equals to 5. But then if your decimal part is 0.4, that when you're in the danger zone, for which you need to check the geometric mean to be certain particular, because your number there is too really small. So the gap between the geometric mean and the arithmetic could be quite large. We have to make sure we don't fall. We have to make sure we fall where we are. We don't know at the moment. We have to compute the geometric mean. So the geometric mean, we're going to compute the square root of 2 times 3. So notice our quotas. Our modified quote is lower quota would be 2, its upper quota it's 3, so that the number we're looking there is 2 times 3 give us 6, and using a calculator, their square root of 6 turn out to be 2.4494. If you compare that, it's like 2448. If you round to 3 decimal place, they look like same there, but 2.4489. This is a number that's a little bit smaller than the geometric mean. So we're going to round this one down. So we get two seats right there, and notice that 3 plus 5 plus 2 adds up to be 20, which is then give us a correct apportionment of the seats using the Huntington-Hill method.